Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Duplex Built to Rent. I want to show you guys the final pictures of this one that we've already finished. It's been on the market for a little bit of time now, but I just now am getting around to the point where I can do this. We got Judah in the background. Say hi, Judah. I know you're there. He wants to be in it. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get started here, guys. So check this out, man. All right, this is what the final product looks like. Here, let me close this off because I was in Canva, but this is what it looks like. And let me click on here. I'm going to show you guys a couple of things. This duplex is in Willis. Now we're going to be listed. We listed this for 1,700. That's what the comps have it for. $1,700 a month. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,223 square feet on one side. And again, this is just Unit A. Unit B is also going to be the same amount. So let me show you guys what the final pictures look like. It looks very clean, brand new. Again, I know that some of this stuff looks a little bit high end, guys, but we do our best to try to, put quality workmanship into it, but not break the bank when it comes to like getting this stuff done. So it's very attractive and very appealing to tenants and even potential people are going to be buying it. And that's why we do it the way we do it. We do splurge a little bit of money on the backsplash. We do splurge a little bit of money on some of the fixtures, the plumbing fixtures and whatnot. But everything looks good. The paint I think could be touched up a little bit more, but again, this is just the one side and we're not completely finished with it. I already asked the painter to come back out and touch it up. He says it's cool, no big deal. And one of the things that I look at because I am the builder guy that's doing this is like this. See this the washout. So basically, some of that dirt has been washing out this way. Over the course of time, it's going to take some time and eventually settle down. But I look at that kind of stuff. My little patches here that are not growing in all the way should be fine though. So check this out. This is one of the other things that I really like to do on the pictures. So whenever you guys get your pictures done and you have the photographer doing his thing, I like to get the drone shots, and the drone shots really helps out to get people an idea because people move in from out of town. Maybe they're moving in from Houston or Conroe, wherever they're going. They're like in reference to like everything. Where is this property, right? And so this is what I like to do here. Here's the subject property where we're. Let me get a yellow maybe. Where we have this one next door is the 401 MLK property, the one we're currently at the sheetrock phase on. And then this is the other lot that we just bought, which is going to be the 407 MLK. And so we're taking a look at it here, and basically we have the main thoroughfare here, which is the Interstate 45. We have the Chick-fil-A, the McDonald's, we have the Starbucks, we have the Chase Bank, we have Kroger, Popeye's Chicken, Tractor Supply, Jack in the Box. This is awesome, man. HEB. There's a huge apartment complex unit going on there. And, we talked about how we don't compare to apartment complexes, mostly because in an apartment complex, you don't have a dedicated yard. You don't have a fire pit. You don't have your assigned parking. It's not fenced in. If you have a pet, every time that the pet needs to go outside, you can't just let the pet out, right? If it's raining or it's cold or it's super hot. In this duplex, you can just open the side door out, right? You can just let the dog out. In an apartment complex, you have to like commit, right? You have to put on a jacket, you have to put on shoes, you have to take the dog leash out and just go with the dog down the stairs wherever it's got to go use the bathroom. So that's really a little bit of a challenge here. So anyway, this is all the stuff that's going on. We have a Wood Forest Bank right here. We have a Wells Fargo there. So you can see all the stuff, man. It's very close to the town area of Willis. And so I really like these drone shots that this guy does for me. And I recommend that you guys pay the extra $100 for it because it does help people get an idea. And then on the other side, we have the elementary schools, the post office, so on and so forth here, so that people can see both sides of it, right? School, work, potential opportunities. And so that's the basic finished product of what it looks like here, guys. Now let me show you something else. So now that it's at the finished product, we have it listed for rent, but we can't quite. Even if we were to sign a lease today, people can't just automatically move in. So there's a couple of things that we still need to get done. One of the things is going to be this blower door and duct testing. And I'm going to show you what the paperwork looks like, but it's not a real big deal. We pay someone to come out and get this done. This is a requirement by the city before they will do the final inspection. So we have to get this blower door And what that does, well, I'll explain to you here in a second. So then we'll get the final inspection, and that final inspection is going to be the COO, or the certificate of occupancy. We have it listed for lease. We got the appraisal done this week or yesterday. The appraiser came out, and then now we're in the process of refinancing this project into long-term debt so that we're, stabilized, right? We have a short-term loan on it, construction loan, and so we're going to get this thing finished off. Okay, so essentially here's where we're at, man. This is the 403 MLK properties. You can see right here where it's passed. This is some of the stuff testing. Again, guys, I am not an expert in this stuff, but this is the guy's expertise that does this stuff, and he sends it out there, gives us the paperwork. We submit it to the city. Everything gets done. This is for Unit B. It's passed. Everything's good to go. If there's any issues, they let us know what the situation is, and we'll get this stuff taken care of, and we'll go from there. So, as I was saying, that has been completed. So now that we've gotten that done, we have to go back into the permitting side of this, go to GovWell, and we request a final inspection. We've already got it listed for lease, like I said. We'll wait for the appraisal, see where the numbers come in at. Whenever you're doing an appraisal, there's something else that also people that are brand new to the business don't understand is that you get an appraisal. People think like, what's the value of the property, right? That's good. That's one appraiser, one type of appraisal. But because this is going to be a uh, a duplex rental property, we get an appraisal that specifically does two things. It gives us an appraisal on the value of the property, the asset itself, and how much the market rents are. So it gives us two things. So that portion, the value of the property, and then the value of the rents. So then that way, the lender basically does their calculations based off of that. So, for example, we have it on the market for 1,700. Now, let's say, for example, that the market rents are actually 1650, or that's what the appraisal comes in at. So even if we rent it for $1,700, the lender's going to say, "Hey, look, the market rents are 1650. We're going to go with the lower of the two, so we have to use the 1650," which diminishes technically the debt service coverage ratio, thereby limiting or making the loan to value a little bit less. So I can explain all that stuff a little bit later, but it's just the way the market goes. If we have it at 1,700 listed, and the appraiser comes back and it says it's actually 1,750, then they're going to use the lower of the two, 1,700. It still works, right? Because we're talking about $3,400 a door. I'm sorry, $3,400 per duplex. And so the numbers just still work. So we'll go through those numbers once we get closer to the refinance, because that's a little bit longer video. But I just wanted to point out the two things that we need to get done, which is the blower door testing required, and then the final inspection before we allow anyone to actually live in the property. We can list it for lease, but technically we can't let anyone live in the property until this final one is done. And then the lender also wants to see this final inspection by the city. All right, guys. So listen, if you want to learn more about building your own ground up duplex, please do so. Join my school community here at school.com, B2R/about. And then also, I'm going to be doing a free masterclass coming up soon at duplexbuildtorent.com. Please sign up. I hope to see you guys there.